Let's talk about The Voice. It's going to be an ongoing conversation this morning. I'll have some Christian Aboriginal leaders talking about The Voice from their particular perspective, but the ACL has made a submission on The Voice. Where do you stand, Dan?
Well, we did make a submission on Friday, and submissions were actually open for 2 weeks. So following the announcement of The Voice legislation by Prime Minister Albanese, there was a 2-week window to make submissions, which was incredibly small. But I think it shows us something about the rush to get this done and the not wanting to allow a lot of dissent on it. So, look, we've made our submission. Neil, we have resolved to deal with it in this way. We do support the recognition of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in the Constitution. We support recognition in the preamble, and we have done it repeatedly in a number of submissions over the last decade. However, this voice proposal we have several concerns about. Amending the Constitution is going to bring a lot of problems and a lot of lack of clarity. So we're very concerned about that. And we say the government, instead of focusing on this voice, should focus resources on actually closing the gap in relation to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander life outcomes. There are many, real and pressing issues, particularly in health and education, that need to be closed. I think it's disturbing, Neil, that the government has set aside, or the government's plan to set aside in the budget, $60 million for The Voice, and just how that could be used to actually change the lives of Indigenous people. It's something that's money that could be better used. So, we accept that Christians can have a view either for or against The Voice, but it does seem that there are significant concerns to be overcome, and the real issue needs to be the closing of the gap. And may I say this, Neil, we are pleased to see Jacinta Price appointed the Shadow Minister for Indigenous Affairs, because I think that will, at the very least, enable, a definite debate between the yes and no campaigns. And, Peter Dutton, taking a no position, at least it sort of enables two sides of the Australian policy, if you like, to air the different views, and that'll be helpful for everybody.
So far as the ACL at this point, yes, a recognition in the preamble, but there ought to be a focus on resources, on those practical initiatives to close the gap. And there is a couple of weeks window by which you can make a submission. We'll find out. I'll give the ACL website if there's a link.
Neil, that is actually concluded.
That's concluded now.
So
okay.
Yes, that was Friday, close of business. So we did get ours in, and that's why we're sort of free to speak about it. And the government has been very narrow on the capacity of people to contribute to the debate, as it were.